Yeah, you see that? You see the. And look and see now. You see, you were asking me. See where the R is now over there? But again, you're going to put it this way, right? Because again, the greater trochanter is lateral. So you know that's how you're looking at the patient. You agree? Doesn't matter. Don't look at where the mark is. You're looking at the patient. Look at the mark. The mark is just telling you that that's the right hip. Yeah. Agree? What else you would say in reference to this fracture? The fracture is also comminuted. Just remember that. So again, don't just say so. You kind of stick the X-rays up. Remember, guys, the X-rays are being chosen for you to ask you specific things. So you're not going to say, oh, this is the intertrochanteric fracture of the right hip in an adult. You're going to say, and it's also comminuted. So right away, so the exam again, you see again when you say that, well, why when you say comminuted, what is it that you want to tell me about the comminution? When I say you have a comminuted fracture, it tells you what? What sort of forces have been transmitted to this patient's limb? Remember, if you get comminution, there's a lot more force. Yeah. As opposed to if I just do that, you see, you can get one line, as opposed to when they come and crush you, or that patient fall down and from a high height. You see a lot of forces. This is going to comminute the bone. It's going to break it in more than one place. Yeah. So again. Look at that. You see when you put that again? When the examiner sticks up on the board like you, what are you going to do? You see that? You see why now? You're looking at the patient, right?
See, I ain't even sure if I want to do that, because like something might be like, oh, this girl thinks she is, or something like that. And I'd be like, excuse me, sir, is this the right way?
Well, you see, again, as I said to you, remember, you don't want to be rude. But you see, remember I just said to you, you don't even have to say nothing. Do it smartly, because that is, you bet, if you want to water around with me, that's exactly the question I'm going to ask you. That's the same question I was asked when I was at your level, when I was in front of them professors in Scotland, right? So that's how you do it, yeah? It helps take some of the confusion out of your discussion, yeah? Right. So now Wells can see that where this fracture is now. You see where this fracture is now?
100% see it.
Right? 100%? Great. I will tell you some people is missing the exam. so where is it now? In the neck, right? So this is where we want to know how old is this patient? What's the history of it? What history I want to find out?
Activity level.
There you go. Is the patient a community walker or? And is it a male or female? And why? What's that? I just showed you. What's that? Let me see again. How you all guys, you see how the exam tell you X-rays are chosen for you specific words. It's another IUD device there. So you sometimes get together.
I know IUD, that's tiny.
Well, you remember.
That's not like a T. I'm not going to T. Wow.
Who said they were not all T's? Who said they were all T's? Where you get this idea from? Maybe the modern ones. Guys, remember this is X-rays from the 90s, maybe. 20th century. So, all right. So we know how to fix this now, right? Because this is, and you see again in the exam, when you take charge. This is obviously an adult. It must be a patient who, you can say that, must be over 60. You can say that. But then what I will want to hear from you is whether the patient is, what type of walk is it, because we know if it is, you pick up, I will do a total hip replacement, if that, or I would do a hemiarthroplasty if it was that, right? Everybody know what I'm talking about now. Yeah, that's how you handle yourself. Yeah. Right. Remember again, I said to you again, when you're dealing with these patients, you have to talk about what are the complications. You as a young doctor have to prophylax. Again, doesn't matter what condition you're dealing with, always go to different organ systems and you can come up with some answer. Urine, stool, skin, heart, everything. Prophylax. Chest, make sure they don't get no pneumonia, make sure they don't get no DVT, make sure they don't get no decubitus ulcer. So you can tell them, because these are elderly people. You put them in bed that they're not accustomed to, and they'll get sick. if you don't. You have to predict and prevent it from happening. Now look at this X-ray as well, exactly what I was talking about this morning. You see how you just get the peep of the electrical candle there? Look and see where you get rotation. Now look and see how you can see the whole, yeah? That's rotation now. You know from what I said this morning. We just said, right? Yeah? It brings the electrical candle now into the AP view. You see it there? Yeah? That's an example again of because look again, look and see how it's rotated around. Look and see the normal hip. You see how you can see an AP orientation? Look and see how this leg is not like an AP orientation. You see it? So when you see difference in rotations equals difference in alignment rather, you know that's some rotation. But we know that that's the question asks you that. What's the orientation of the limb who comes with a broken hip? It's shortened, externally rotated, and adducted, right? You don't abduct, you don't stick your leg up, it's adducted. Right? All right. I don't see a side here now, but you can see a fixation. So if you want fixation, what a patient has? Yeah. Yeah, so they had a sharp fracture femur. So what they had done? Locked. You see the locked up and down intravenous nail. But also they also had some circlage wiring. Remember I said if the person has what? Comminution. Remember again as I said, think about it. If you have a lot of comminution to recreate the femoral tube, you have to bring those fragments together. How you bring them together? You bring them together with wires. Then you put the nail down the center of the tube.
Okay.
Circlage wire. CERCLEGE. All on the lectures. Alright? So this patient had remember I said it doesn't matter what long bone. The long bone, the first principle again, what is the treatment? Intramedullary nail, lock intramedullary nailing. Okay? That's it there. Yeah, you see. Pardon me?